So today I wanted to talk about why you and me and none of us are ever going to be that girl. This video, I'm going to try not to temper my words too much because I have a really bad habit of trying to say the perfect thing, and I think my point gets lost in it. Wow, as if on cue. But the point of this video, to be honest, is to shed some light on the that girl trend and kind of the reaction to it, and why I think that even the people who say that the that girl trend is harmful may inadvertently be harmful in their own way as well, which I think is just internet culture in general. Like, I wrote notes about this video, and I've actually filmed it twice already, and I keep redoing it because I think that I'm not getting my point out correctly. But one thing I will say that I have said in every single iteration of this video, and I want to make clear today, is that you guys have to understand that with any trending topic on the internet or on social media, a really good way to get views about it is to find a way to make it negative. It doesn't matter what it is. Negativity is getting a lot of clicks and a lot of algorithm favor right now. And I'm gonna get more into the mechanics of that and what video inspired this, but I just wanna say, I am actually trying to make this video to encourage you. This is supposed to be motivational. I don't want you to walk away from this video feeling like you can never be that girl. It's not the point of it. So if you're coming here because you wanna hear good news about your bad habits, this is not the place for you. Before we get started, make sure you check the down bar for links on my social media platforms. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new here. You know you want to. If you're not new here, hey, what's up? How's your mom and them? Come hang out on Patreon for bonus content and the book club. And let's get started. I'm talking really fast because I have to go pick my daughter up from school and take her cute little butt to skating practice, and we got stuff to do. Okay, so what initially inspired me to make this video, or started thinking about this, is that one of my favorite channels on YouTube, which is called The Take, it's down below. Definitely watch it if you love hearing people talk about movies and human psychology and tropes. Like, in terms of the content I watch on YouTube, it's a lot of that. I am fascinated by that kind of stuff. Usually, I feel like The Take nails it every time. I mean, there's no content creator on planet Earth that I agree with everything they say every time they speak. So it's not that I'm here to say anything bad about this channel or any of the channels or any of the content creators I may or may not mention today. I feel like there becomes a problem when you do that because sometimes I'm going to lose people on the assumption that I'm a hater if I disagree with someone. And also, like I was trying to say, like, everyone makes good points. Everyone's got something good to offer to this conversation. So I'm not just trying to say point blank, any one person has gotten it wrong on this subject. But The Take recently did a video called The That Girl Trope, and the tagline was, "Wellness shouldn't be work." So the reason that I wanted to make the video, like I said, stemmed from seeing that video in particular, but I didn't realize at the time that this has actually come up a lot. Like, a lot of people are making content talking about the that girl trend and the that girl trope and saying that in some way it's a little bit negative. And like I said, I get where some people are coming from here, but I'm going to use The Take as an example because, and I'm not even going to use the whole video because I did make good points in that video, but it's almost like the tagline is what got me. Like, this idea that wellness shouldn't be work. Now, I will say that there is something called burnout. There are productivity traps you can fall into. But what I humbly disagree with is this idea that wellness and health shouldn't be work. Because I think that if you have not practiced wellness or taken really good care of yourself, especially in the beginning, it is going to feel like work. Any attempt you make to drastically change your life, especially for the better, is going to feel like work. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be difficult. It's not going to be fun. Now, it should not be torture. That is a really good way to absolutely hate the process and refuse to commit to it for any length of time. But I just get a little bit concerned when people kind of start telling this story about how it shouldn't be work. There should be no resistance to this, essentially. And like I said, I watched a few videos about this, and some of them made really good points. Like, one of the points that they make, and I totally agree with, is that things like wellness is things like wellness and productivity really do come down to your resources that you have, and that's always time and money. And I say on my channel all the time that I know that there are people who just do not have the time of day, who do not have an extra dollar. I know they exist. I will also say that a lot of people that have sat in my face and told me over the years that they don't have the time or the money were wrong. Like, I knew them and I saw how they spent their time and I saw how they spent their money, and I knew that they absolutely had both to dedicate to themselves. But people like to hear good news about their bad habits. And again, I know especially in 2022, with everything that's been going on for as long as it's been going on, a lot of shifts have had to be made. A lot of people are carrying more on their shoulders than they were, 3 years ago, or even 6 months ago in some cases. Like, there's been some shifts. I'm not up here trying to say, like, we'll tough it out. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. But I just think that I wish that we could be more mindful of when, once in a blue moon, the internet is trying to give us some positivity, because I feel like it is so uncommon. Like I said, the algorithm, my algorithm, no matter what I do, like I literally, okay, like the YouTube channel you're watching right now is the account I started when I first got YouTube and started watching YouTube. And then eventually I created my channel on it. But the algorithm on this YouTube channel you're watching right now has been fed and changed over many, many years of certain types of content that I consume. Now, at some point, I think it was last year, I decided to start a YouTube channel or a YouTube account just for consuming content, because I felt like my OG account, this one you're watching right now, I was getting inundated with negative content. Nothing but titles that say everything wrong with, the downfall of, the dark truth about, this, like, just this constant negative thing. And okay, real quick, I get it. The algorithm is the algorithm. You got to make that money. I'm a content creator. I understand this. And in fact, I would ask you guys to watch a video I made last year talking about how to make money for being mean. It's a little inflammatory of a title. I'm not suggesting everyone's mean that make this type of video, because like I said, everybody be making good points. It's just, I worry when I believe the universe is an algorithm. Like, I think it's all connected. I think the internet is working the same way we as humans work. And meaning that, like, the more we see something, the more we pay attention to something, the more we cling on to something, the more of it we're getting back. I just believe that. And even when I started a new YouTube account just to consume content, the algorithm is still feeding me this negativity shit all the time. And some of it's entertaining, some of it, like I said, some people are making some good points, some stuff needs to be exposed, some things need to be talked about, conversations need to be had. I'm not going to hold you. That's true. It's just that when something positive comes along for women in particular, because here's something else I will say. All right, hold on. Winnie, slow down. First of all, in case you're wondering what the that girl trend is, it started on TikTok like last year. I don't have TikTok. I don't know like who started it, why it started. But when I heard about it and when I started looking into it, the way I took it, okay, I can't speak for anybody else, is basically there's an idea of that girl, and that girl is the girl you want to be, the girl who gets the things in life that you want. And the idea is to wake up every day and act as she would act, so you could eventually get the things that she has. Now, I don't know who the girl is. I'll tell you who my girl is. It's me. It's just a version of me when I was happier, healthier, and going after what I wanted. And that's who I'm trying to be. Now, again, I don't know who everyone else is, aspiring to be. That's just my journey. But the reason people are saying this is toxic is there's this idea that, so for example, with the take video, it says productivity shouldn't be work. And a good point I have seen made many times in a lot of these videos that are kind of poo-pooing on the that girl idea, and that I actually agree with, is the idea that becoming that girl is not a performance. And if you treat it as such, it is unsustainable. I agree with that. I think the problem is that we have to acknowledge that everything in life that you want to do to improve your life can be unsustainable. It just can be. It depends completely on how you do it, the way you're doing it, your motivations behind doing it. And if your motivations are performative, it's because you want all these aesthetic pictures. I agree, it's not sustainable. You're going to get sick of it really quick, because I personally don't live my life for social media. I think that's why I'm not as good at it. Sorry, my phone's like blowing up. I think that's why sometimes I suck at it because I have a hard time with the whole aesthetic thing and the performance of my life. Like, my life is not aesthetic. It's messy. It's disorganized, but I try. I get up every day and I try. I'm out here fighting for my life. So I do agree that this idea that wellness and productivity can be a trap, and it can be performative if you're not approaching it from the right way, and that there's merit to cautioning people against that. I would just like to submit this. I know a lot of things about self-development because it's a facet of the internet and a facet of content that I enjoy consuming, because for me personally, I like content that inspires me and motivates me and uplifts me. Going back to the universe as an algorithm, I notice when I am consuming too much content in the opposite, that's negative or downtrodden or whatever, that does not serve me at all. It actually makes me a version of myself that I don't like. And I get that we're all different and not every piece of content is going to be meant for every single person. Like, it's not any one person's internet, and this idea that all content needs to be something we all resonate or there's no merit in it, I disagree with. I will say, however, for me personally, and I think people like me, having someone tell me that becoming that girl or adopting healthy habits and routines is unsustainable and unrealistic takes the wind out of my sails, or it used to. It used to take the wind out of my sails a little bit, but now it kind of makes me be like, watch this. Like, it makes me want to do it more, honestly, because you can't tell me I can't do something. It drives me crazy when people do that. All the Aquariuses, thumbs up the video. But yeah, essentially what I guess I wanted to say in this video, and even like I want y'all's feedback on a little bit, is how do you guys feel when you see things that to you are positive and seem like a good thing take on a negative connotation somehow through the fact that you can literally put a negative spin on anything, and you can also put a positive spin on anything also. Like, again, the point of this video is not to poo-poo on these content creators or say anything bad about them. That's why I really didn't want to like respond and react to particular people's videos. It's more like, when is this gonna change? Like, when are the videos that say like everything great about blah or everything awesome about blah? Like, when is that gonna start? Because I feel like we've seen this enough already, and I truly think that one of the easiest ways to grow on YouTube, I'll give you the formula right now, find anything negative on the internet to talk about and you will blow up. I promise. It's what is working right now. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that times are dark right now, and it just, again, with the algorithm, both literally and digitally, we tend to seek out that with which is in ourselves. I am very not of that camp right now. I need to be uplifted and inspired and motivated, or I'm going to go into a spiral. Like, it's coming if I don't get my act together here. I know there's people that are not going to get what I'm saying, and I know there's people who are going to get in the comments and be like, well, I work 3 jobs, and I get it, girl. I get it. Like I said, I know there are people who this absolutely applies to, that this whole that girl thing is unattainable. It is unrealistic. I get that. I totally do. I also know, and you know too, every single one of you watching this video knows someone who isn't doing anything about anything and swears to God it's because they don't have enough time or resources or whatever. And I'll give another example of this. And I know it's going to piss some people off, but listen, hear me out. About 2 weeks ago, at the time of the recording of this video, Kim Kardashian got in so much hot water for doing a variety story where she said, I have a suggestion for women in business. Get your ass up and effing work. And people were so mad about it. And I get why, wrong, probably not the right person to give the message. Although if you think Kim Kardashian doesn't work, you're kidding yourself. She absolutely does. I think that why I was so surprised people got upset with that statement is because I didn't take it like she was telling every single person, to get up and work. I took it like everybody watching this video knows someone at the job who does nothing, who is not pulling their weight, who shows up late, who don't know how to close right, who don't know how to open right, who starts drama, who does the bare minimum, and they're mad when they don't get the good promotions, the good sections in the restaurant. Like, everyone knows that person. I felt like that's who she was talking to. That's just the way I took it, okay? Personally, I feel like the idea of get up and work if you want something is a good message. I think it's objectively a good message. Now, again, not any one piece of content, not any one person, not any one sentence on planet Earth can encompass the struggles and perceptions and perspective and experience of every single person on the planet. But what's bothering me is I feel like we're looking for so much negativity where there needn't be any. And with the that girl trend, I just don't know why we have to look for something wrong with it. Not to mention, you guys, productivity, biohacking, all that stuff has been in the male space and talked about openly in the male space for such a long time. Going back to what I said before, I've consumed this content for a long time. Lewis Holmes, Michael Hyatt, like all those dudes, I was listening to their content back in like 2013. So these conversations and ideas have been going around in male-dominated spaces for years, and it bums me out the minute the girls are over here like, hell yeah, I want to kill it, I want to do this, I want to do that. Suddenly it's like, no, actually that's not realistic. Like, I am bothered by that. Does anybody get what I mean when I say that? I think it's kind of sexist. I guess what I'm saying is you don't see that pushback when men try to take on these positions about things. And for me, as far as like the that girl thing, again, I don't know who that girl is for you. I don't know if maybe there is a that girl and she is problematic and that's what everyone's mad about. But like I said, I think you have to pick who that girl is. I would imagine, to be honest with you, the best person you could pick would be you at a time where you were happiest and healthiest and thriving, and just focus on being that girl again, because that's what I want to do. And my channel honestly has taken a turn from just being about beauty, which I still talk about, I still love. By the way, you guys, I have a new facial device I cannot wait to tell you about, because it got rid of my jaw pain. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know how much I've been struggling with. I have been enjoying talking about self-improvement, self-development, self-generation for so long, because I think that when you come from a difficult background, or you've dealt with abuse or mental health issues, it is too easy to fall into the mindset that everything is too hard. There's a million reasons not to do something. I want to create a place on the internet where people can come and be inspired and motivated by themselves, or me, whatever it has to be to get the job done. And again, the point of this video is not to say that if there's a piece of content on the internet I don't resonate with, there is no point in it, or it's not purposeful. Again, every single video every single video I watched on this subject today and in the days leading up to it, I was like, okay, fair point, fair deuce, I hear you. It's just, I'm sad that I might be one of the first people, I might be one of the first people to come out and be like staunchly pro that girl and pro anything along those lines. I think right now we need something to sink our teeth into. We need something to look forward to. We need something to focus on that is positive, because the world at large is giving us anything but that. And it's been that way for a long time. I'm very fired up about this today. The last thing I want to say on this subject is this. If you are interested in becoming that girl, again, whoever it may be to you, I do want to put my 2 cents on this and say it is not going to be easy. To show up as your healthiest, glowiest, highest vibration, happiest self is not easy. It's not. It's a joke to think it is, and it is going to be work. Now, if you can find a way to do that work and find the resources you need to do that work, again, is going to vary person to person, but you are the most important asset you have, especially when it comes to your health and wellness. Like, I've talked about this before, and I actually want to make a video about my time in a psych ward that I spent in last October. Because if you haven't been watching my channel for a while and you never met me before or anything, you might think that, like, easy for me to say. Like, I don't understand what it's like, and I do. I've been through some shit in my life. Like, one day I'll write a book and tell you guys everything, but I had mental illness so bad that I was literally in a psych ward. A lot of that came from neglecting my mental health and my wellness and not putting myself first in any capacity. And I think that to not do that and to, on top of that, enable yourself or listen to content that encourages you not to do it or tells you that it's bad or wrong or elitist or privileged or whatever, like, do it if you want, but you gotta take care of this vessel, man. Like, you're the only one in here with you. And I wish that more people would promote self-actualization and self-care as like something to be proud of and something to hold high regard for, instead of, again, something that could potentially be problematic. That's just where I'm coming from. If you guys want to see more content around, I'm not gonna call it that girl content because I'm a grown woman in the first place. But if you guys enjoy that kind of idea of how to develop healthy habits and routines, how to get your mindset right, how to take care of yourself, how to stay hydrated, do them squats, girl, this is a channel for you. And if you guys know any more channels like that, please let me know, because that's what I'm trying to watch. Again, no shade, no hate to any of the content creators who have created kind of anti that girl content. Again, they made some good points, and again, those people are good at what they do. I'm not trying to poo-poo on those people. It's just, I want to create a balance. If nothing else today, when you guys get off here, please go watch a video that motivates or inspires you. Please go watch something that lights you up and fills you up with joy and positive energy. Please, please. If that's all this video inspires you to do, then I did a great job with it. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. As always, thank you to the patrons. I have some content coming unique to Patreon very, very soon. I kind of want to do a series over there about like my ex-boyfriends. Because I'm in a happily committed relationship and have been for 10 years, and I have a lot to say about relationships. But I think if you knew like what I went through to get to this point of positivity in my life as it pertains to romantic relationships, you might value my opinion on stuff a little more. Plus, I'm just a little more comfortable over there. And I'm not worried about my ex-boyfriends running into the videos on Patreon like they would if I put it on YouTube. So anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Like I said, please go do something positive and healthy for yourself, and I will catch you in the next one.